just to think about our own life, I like the word boldness. You can't worry about what other people think about you when it comes to God. You either love them or you don't love them. But I think when I look at it too, here's a Pharisee, and he looks at what's happening, and Jesus looks at what's happening, and they both see different things. They're both looking at the same woman, watching her do the same things. And what gets the Pharisee in trouble is probably prejudgment. And that's usually what gets us in trouble when we meet people. We maybe judge them on something that, in the seminary, I always notice that once you do something in the seminary, you're stuck with it for the rest of your life. I always, I think it must be a natural thing for us to do that. Maybe it's a lazy way of looking at people. I know what they're like. Nobody else does, but I know what they're like. We had, the first time I became a pastor, and I noticed in the house that we ate, these are dumb things, like grapefruit and peaches and blueberries for our dessert, for our fruit, but I didn't see any bananas. So I mentioned to the cook, do you think we might get a banana or two? Then you would have thought that Godzilla had moved into the house. Why? Because Father Prus loves bananas. We begin to generalize about people the same way. This person always does it this way. And with Jesus, he's not looking at, he sees a person who's genuine, a person who has no inhibitions, doing something that even the host didn't do. Like the host was so worried about the banquet, he forgot about the guests. And he didn't provide water for Jesus to wash his feet and dry those feet. And in case there's any BO from traveling, any kind of nice ointment, to make him feel comfortable. He wasn't thinking about the guest. He was doing something generous, but he was preoccupied with himself. It's such a beautiful, beautiful gospel that says, don't judge people. Try to see the goodness in them. My favorite Jewish psychiatrist has always been Murray Banks. And you've heard this before, but I'll say it now. He's the one who said the best bit of advice he ever saw was on a wall in a restaurant. As you travel through life, brother, whatever be your goal, keep your eye upon the donut and not upon the hole. Don't look what's missing in people. Thank God for what's there.